Where do Scots come from? It's a question I've addressed in various ways in this channel, but today I want to tell you about the one man from whom Scots are descended, Jock Thompson. So if you're interested in the people, places and events in Scottish history, then click the subscribe button at the bottom right of the screen and ring the notification bell to be told when I upload new videos. In the meantime, let me tell you a story. So, where did Scottish people come from? Before I get into the meat of today's video, here's a brief snippet from one of my live shows where I addressed that question.
Everyone in the world evolved from apes in the African savannah. Okay, there are parts of Fife that have still got some evolving to do, I grant you that. But ultimately, we all came out of Africa. Where did Scottish people come from? Where did Scottish people come from? We now know from modern day DNA research that everyone in the world evolved from a small tribal group of less than 100 people that migrated out of Africa 70,000 years ago. But one of them was aggressive, pissed and ginger. He also had a fantastic ability with engineering, as we do. When the rest of the tribe wondered, what do we do with the woolly mammoth? He was the guy that said, let's deep fry the fucker. When the tribe reached a chasm that had to be bridged, he was the guy that said, get the council to do it. When the world was flooding and Noah thought the only solution was to go on the ark 2 by 2, he was the guy that stood up and said, not with that fucker, he's English. He had all the attributes of a modern day Scot.
Now, in that show, I went on to give more detail on my frivolous ideas on that subject, but every Scot in the room knew where we really came from. We're all Jock Thompson's bairns. That oft-heard phrase, the great leveller of the Scottish psyche, it raises the weak by saying, you matter every bit as much as the next person. It brings down the haughty by reminding them that they are no better than their brother man. It tells of our responsibility to protect our neighbour and never to reject those in need. There's a lot in that phrase. We're all Jock Thompson's bairns. But haven't you always wondered, who was Jock Thompson? If you want to know the story that I heard, then come with me. Answering that question will take us from the East Coast to the West and back again. How appropriate. But it probably won't take you as far back in time as you think. If Robert Burns was to express the phrase that made Jock Thompson famous, he might have said, a man's a man for all that. And it's in Robert Burns' Ayrshire that we're going to start. This is Daly Church of Scotland. It was built in 1766 and its first minister was the Reverend Thompson. No, this wasn't the fabled Jock Thompson, it was his dad. That's right, Jock Thompson was Tam Thompson's bairn. John Thompson was born in the manse behind me of Daly Church of Scotland. He would grow up in the Ayrshire countryside with a gift for painting and a love for nature. He started with a gift, but then he got a calling. He'd got his basic education in the local school that was in the churchyard. Apparently, the building itself was really basic. But then, when he was 14, he went off to study theology. First in Glasgow and then in Edinburgh. We are being inclusive, remember? When he was in Edinburgh, he roomed with his brothers who were already living there, and he became pally with one of their mates who went by the name of Walter Scott. But before long, he was back here and followed in his father's footsteps as the Reverend Thompson, minister of Daly Church of Scotland. He married a nearby minister's daughter and they had 5 children. Some were born here in Ayrshire, but some were born after his 1805 move to Duddingston Church by Edinburgh. So, some of his kids were East Coast and some of them were West Coast. You might be thinking, how could he put up with those awful West Coast wains when you've got those lovely East Coast bairns? Well, he treated them all the same. As I head to Duddingston, don't forget that I'll be bringing my live show, Scotland Made the World, to Edinburgh on August the 12th and August the 18th. Irvine here in Ayrshire on the 1st of November and down the road in Stranraer on the 14th of November. I'll be all over Scotland on other dates in 2025 and 2026, then in Canada in summer 2026. Click the link top right or in the description below for details, or go to www.brucefummey.co.uk. Duddingston sits nestled under Arthur's Seat on the other side from Holyrood Park. It's one of the jewels in Edinburgh's crown. And for an artist like John Thompson, Duddingston Kirk on the banks of its loch must have been idyllic. Now, I said that he was a painter, but also an everyman. As a boy in Ayrshire, he first learned his painting skills from a local carpenter, but later in life he was trained by the great Alexander Naismith. Anyway, it won't surprise you to know that as well as painting, the Reverend John Thompson was renowned for his kindness and his tendency to overlook the exterior to see what folks were like on the inside. One story tells of when he caught a thief running off after nicking some linen laid out to bleach. Thompson took the bloke back to the manse. He first gave him a good talking to about the error of his ways, and then gave him a good meal and some coin in his pocket to go away with. The man may have erred, but were it not for the grace of God, where might you or I be? We're all Jock Thompson's bairns. Now, sadly, after a few years in Duddingston, his wife died. And a little while later, in 1813, a widow called Frances Ingram Spence, who had bought one of his paintings, decided to be the new Mrs. Thompson. She brought with her 5 of her own children to add to the 5 John Thompson already had. The story goes that when the second Mrs. Thompson introduced the children to visitors, she'd say, "Those are my family and those are John's." But Thompson would say, "They're all Jock Thompson's bairns." Now, I've been told about a similar saying in Gaelic and one used by our Geordie cousins in Northumbria. So maybe the story goes deeper than this Jock Thompson. Maybe to an aggressive, pissed ginger bloke who migrated out of Africa thousands of years ago. Feel free to give your take in the comment section. I'm just telling you the story that I heard. When we say we're all Jock Thompson's bairns, it means something all-encompassing and beautiful, like the landscapes of Scotland. Landscapes painted by the man who rests here in Duddingston Church, where he ministered to people that he treated all the same, where his image looks down from stained glass windows. But these aren't the only memorials to Jock Thompson. You see, on the bank of Duddingston Loch, the kirk here have developed Jock Thompson's Garden. It's a project to engage folks with the community in horticulture, to develop both the land, people and produce, and to contribute to charity. It kind of seems appropriate, doesn't it? The next time somebody responds to your statement of the unity of man by saying, "Who's Jock Thompson?" you'll be able to tell them. You'll even be able to show them where to find him. You'll no be far from his garden. Now, I've got some videos on how Jock Thompson's bairns made Scotland. There's one coming up on screen now. Support the channel by clicking top right to become a Patreon member or buy me a coffee in the description below. In the meantime, ha' mewn dochas gyn be lamma life. Cheery and rast.